are very much open, and give us a call. Tell us what's on your mind, okay? So many stories in the system. River gods banning girls from going to school. Didn't they hear of the move to get as many Ghanaians educated as possible? Quibi, AMA strikes.
I don't know what the president would be thinking this
But
morning.
these are saboteurs.
I know, right?
They're trying to sabotage my plan. Okay, whole central prison overcrowded. Gitmo 2 deal expires.
Remember?
Yeah. 1 year performance to be marked. The president, he will be talking to the press tomorrow, 10th of January 2018. We need more accountability. CDD accuses past governments over 1992 constitution. 114 gays and lesbians cry foul. Lots of stories. Listen, give us a call. Let us know what's on your mind, and we'll give you the microphone. You can rant for 1 minute. Remember, 1 minute. So go easy on the salutations and greeting the president and your regional chairman and all that stuff. Go straight to the point. Make use of the time. We'd love to hear from you.
1 minute will be up by the time you're done greeting all the people.
Okay.
All right, so the phone lines are up and the numbers are up on your screen. We want to hear from you. If you don't have anything to say, at least you can wish me a happy birthday.
Yes. That's a lot to say.
And remember, as always, I'm accepting gifts. So, yeah, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, good. All right, let's see. I saw
114 gays, lesbians cry foul.
Yes.
Over what?
So over maltreatment. So there's a Human Rights Watch report that came out recently, and they're talking about how family abuse and rejection is the portion of people who are either suspected of being homosexual or having caught. And so there's so many. There's estimated 30,000 MSMs in Ghana. MSMs are men who have sex with men, okay, or gays or homosexual, and they can be found in all 10 regions of the country. 30,000. All right. 17% of gays are living with HIV. 17%. 17 out of 100.
Let me hold you right there.
We'll get you more.
Yes. Yeah. Jonathan, good morning. You're welcome to the show.
Good morning, dear, and happy New Year to the crew of GH1.
Sure. Many happy returns.
Thank you. In Bongo, we greet Bim Bim, and you respond Naba.
Naba.
Thank you very much. I'll say good morning to the good people of Upper East. Good morning to the entire people of Ghana. Good morning to the presidency. This morning, Ma'am, I know there was a time I used to always call to complain of the Bupe Yape Bridge. I know you can remember. And I think I'll use this opportunity to, in fact, wish the Ministry of Highways as well as its deputies well. I think they've done a brilliant work. Now, when the road was being constructed or the bridge was being closed, we were crying. And I think it is time for us to also praise them. If you go and look at the brilliant work they've done, in fact, it's so marvelous. And I think we should give a clap to them. They've done very well. We must commend them. On the issue of Ghana celebrating its anniversary, where all the presidency has come together, I mean the former president, President John Rawlings, President John Dramani Mahama, as well as President Ajikun Kufuor coming together, I think it is a plus. We must understand that the interest of this country is paramount to any other thing. Besides our political colors, our religion, our ethnicity, where we are coming from, I think what it is, Ghanaians, we need to come together before this country can move together. We should use the politics and others. And I must commend the President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. It has never happened before in the presidency, where you bring the political parties together to sit down with them to dialogue, to bring them together to at least understand their plight, or also know the way forward as a nation. And I think we should recommend it. It is something that we should all recommend. Good morning and happy New Year.
All right. Well, I mean, all of these former presidents are part of this process, and there was no way that we could have taken any of them out. But you know what I was looking out for, though? I was looking at the sitting position.
Yes, me too. Me too.
From Papa J to Big Jack.
Yes, but I think they put Nana. It was strategic. So you had President Rawlings, and then his wife, and then President Kufuor. Of course, that's the way it goes. If President Mills were to be alive, he would have been sitting next to President Kufuor, and then you end with President Mahama. So, and I saw the handshake thing to where the President Kufuor hugs President Mahama, but when the President Rawlings comes by, it's just a stiff handshake and he continues.
That guy. Remember that guy? I can't stand him.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Obeng on the line. Obeng.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Obing. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Fantastic. What's on your mind this morning?
And happy birthday to the Queen.
Oh, hi, Mr. Obing. Thank you. I almost said same to you.
What's on your mind, Obing? What's on your mind, Obing?
Well, I'm very glad with the way the Ghana Police Service is handling the alleged rape case with the Lebanese guy.
Mm-hmm.
As I always say, the dispatch with which the Ghana Police Service prosecute or process the citizenry before the court is very laudable. But when it happens to one of their own, we were in this country when about 2 years ago, a lady came out to say that she was raped by a police guy, and the police officer told her that she could do nothing because he is the law, that the police is the law. As at now, the father of the lady tells us that whenever he goes to the police headquarters for the docket of that case to be sent to court, they try to give excuses. 2 years now, and nothing has happened.
Yeah.
So as I always say, it's not that I'm against the police, but the way they treat their own when they go against the law is very bad.
Sure.
We were in this country when a lecturer was slapped by the police at the airport. As of now, what has happened to that case? We don't know.
Good
So
point.
the police should be up and doing, and then you the journalist should also bring out those issues.
Yes.
When you go to social media right now, there is this hashtag going around that prosecute corporal something. What has happened to it? When it is one of their own, they try to cover it. It's not good at all. I'm not encouraging the citizens to do bad things, but when it happens to one of their own, they should do well to protest it for the cause. Thank you very much.
It's a good question. Thank you very much, Obing. All right. Okay, so Obing makes a good point. And it's an interesting point he makes about the assault on Dr. Kobe Mensah. We need to find out from him where that case, because he was going to take it to the highest level. So we need to find out exactly what is going on with that. Okay, so yeah, the numbers are on your phone, are on your screens. Give us a call, turn the volume of your TV to 0, and just talk to us and tell us what's on your mind this morning. Is it the decongestion in Accra and Kumasi? Is it the attack on the military personnel by these nomads with their cattle roaming all over the place? They're actually shooting military men in the back. So what advice on your mind? Let us know. I think Alhaji wants to speak to you.
Alhaj, good morning.
Yeah,
You're live on air. Alhaji, I can actually hear myself. Could you kindly turn down the volume on your set?
okay.
Yes, thank you. Talk to us through your phone. Yeah.
You hear me clear?
I can hear you. Please go ahead. You
I
have
just
60
want
seconds.
to say happy birthday to you and happy new year to you. And let me send my blessings to the whole MDP people, the whole Ghana, and including my former GP for Pandaya, Honorable Salsi Yawurbi. And I just want to make some comments.
Oh, did we lose Alhaji? I think we did.
Yeah, I think Alhaji should have just gone straight to the point.
Yeah.
Instead of greeting everybody.
Yeah. At least he wished me a happy birthday. So thank you.
Alhaji, try and call back. All right. So yeah, I was talking about what's in the news. Attacks on the police, on the military people.
Military,
You know, this Fulani menace. We've got decongestion in the Accra and Kumasi metropolitan areas. And we're looking forward to the president's meet the press tomorrow.
Okay,
I'll give you another Alhaji. One Alhaji go, Alhaji come.
Alhaji Nuruddin, good morning and welcome to the show.
Yeah, good morning, madam.
Sure.
Yeah, happy birthday to you, madam.
Thank you, Alhaji. Thank you.
Please, madam, I'm calling from Upper East Region. And my problem is about the Ghana National Fire Service.
Okay.
We have our brothers that are working with fire service, but they are lacking drivers. So
they are lacking
drivers.
Okay.
Drivers that will be driving their cars. Although they have drivers, but they are not enough. So some of our brothers are working with them, and they are always complaining whenever we are sitting down chatting. They talk about lack of drivers. They are stressed up. You go to some of the stations, they have only 2 drivers. Some of the stations, they have 1 driver. Some of the stations, you see them having 3 drivers. So I'll urge that you talk and then say much about fire service so that when they are doing their recruitment, they try to recruit more drivers because the key of fire service is drivers. Without drivers, they cannot do their work well. Without drivers, they cannot do anything. I'm talking about the drivers, those who drive their tender, their fire engines, so that we try to talk about that, so that when they are doing recruitment, they try to get more drivers so that they can do their work well. Because most of the drivers are stressed out. It's very true.
Are you saying this because they have a lot of tenders but without drivers? It could be they don't have the tenders.
No. I'm only saying that because we have brothers.
Sure, okay.
And then,
so in case of any recruitment exercise, sure.
Yeah, they don't have enough drivers.
Right.
The tenders are there, and then the stations that they work, they work at stations where they have 2 drivers at the station. Some of the stations they have 3 drivers. Some of the stations they have only 2 drivers, which is not good. At least in a station they should have at least 4 drivers in a station, so that some of them can go to leave. Some of them don't even go to leave.
Yeah.
And
I think your point has been made.
Yeah. So that's just my point.
Sure.
Yeah, they should try and take more drivers. Yeah, it's very important.
Thanks for the call. You got my point, right?
No, I got the point.
I mean, they're always complaining about the lack of equipment and...
it could be that there are not enough tenders.
That's what I'm thinking.
But we also hope that the National Fire Service will not go through this charade of opening the applications to so many people that 100,000 people will be applying for 200 jobs. I mean, what has happened with the Ghana Immigration Service is scandalous. 84,000 chasing 500. And people are talking about they need to sue some of these people. Yeah.
So now they have to. Oh, Alaji, you called back.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get back to the.
Yeah, I'm channeling all the allergies to you. Yes.
Alaji, good to have you back. You were making a point.
Okay, thank you very much to give me second opportunity again.
Yeah.
Then issue about the decongestion exercise for the whole Accra and Kumasi. You see, same thing happened for Tambale, and they have vanished people thing. That thing, and we say this government should wake up and look what is good for Ghanaians and what is not good for Ghanaians. Because if you say you can make decongestion, you're supposed to make it fair and people don't suffer for that decongestion. During the NDC time, have you seen that kind of decongestion? This thing, and we say this, our MPP people.
Sure.
But if you go remember, last and northern region, there is a Musa Sepia. Some of Assemblyman went to impede the Assemblyman because what he do for the country is not well. That's one way we see. We want to appeal for our mayors and our MADC. They should exercise patience and look this well, and we move forward. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. He's concerned about the decongestion exercise all over the place. But every government has gone through this exercise. And I think that, now, for me, I'm particularly excited about, especially the market areas. They have all of these red lines where, even the hawkers are not supposed to even cross if you're setting up to sell. But it got to a point, they were virtually on the streets competing with, vehicles. So yes, I'm excited, but I think like Alaji says, let's do it, cautiously, so we do not, take people's daily bread away from them.
Let's bring in our favorite Russian Ghanaian who lives in Braunhafer region. Ashavin, good morning.
Good morning, Kabude. How are you?
A day like you. How?
Oh, good things, bro. How about my able sister?
Well, she's enjoying her birthday grace, as you can see.
Let me sing a song for her.
Go ahead.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Oh, bless you.
Ashavin!
What a remix.
Bless you. You know what I'm saying?
No, you tell me.
May our good Lord, our Almighty, continue to bless you and bless you from generation to generation.
Amen.
Because You are my heart. You are my everything. Always, you continue to make us smile.
All right. Also, when your 1 minute example.
Oh, no problem. If I can spend my 1 minute on you, I doesn't have any problem.
Hey, Ashavi, who are raps?
Oh, Kapi. Mama fa kwanya we so benefit so na me cha Ghana ko nyina we bia o ja TV so. Me ensre the not dank Akufo the say enough is enough. They say they was take Ghana from Clinton to now. Me dey bia me ko so na me ka because now here to my for that be omu complain na me call asem no mo katan na do so buy workers no be year tax so they say all time buy tax no that count or time so be my kola ni na on fan count. They say contractors Kafi won't pure moka. They say contractors workers a black cement cement hardware for no or more demand or musical contractors or so made mason for demand the carpenter for just try say it should be up and doing. You said there was say Ghana Kurare. One man a Ghana for the ano. Yan Sanja de be say Kafi and now buy to be you couldn't want the common fan I said your project I hold on. And then would be a yakwan yen Kenya. Also say my yanka. So say Sikana no a pound for can Ofoliata would descend. Waste of money, corruption the law from Keke to Nana. Also imani diabasa buying with you. Corruption the on your social with my fighting. Because Akufo-Addo buy what I mean before you go to Akufo-Addo to seek Akufo-Addo Ajuma Kureba Ghana, you have to pay $100,000. Look at this government that Akufo-Addo is driving Ghana. Mrs. Brother, you know there. I say we have to wake up. We have to listen to this song.
All right. You are in a singing mood today. Thank you very much. We want to take permission from you to remix your birthday. Look, that I've never heard Happy Birthday quite sung like that before. It was in like 6 keys. You know. Ashavi, I think a former chorister.
At least it felt good to me.
Yeah, that is the whole point. The person who is enjoying it. Yeah. So for you, that's the most unique birthday gift. Thank you very much, Ashavi. We love the rendition of Happy Birthday, and thank you for your thoughts. Do we have anybody else on the line, or do we call it raps right now?
Well, it's do we? We do.
Let's go to Takwa.
All right.
Western region.
Takwa. Hey, yo. Okay. Thank you.
Was he rapping?
What's your name, though?
My name is Ken Kaka from Takwa.
Oh, Ken Kasa.
Kaka.
Kaka.
Yes, please.
Ken Kaka, are you a rapper?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Drop some bars, man.
It faded out.
Spit some bars. Drop one line for us in honor of Queen Bee.
Happy birthday to you, my Queen Bee. Happy birthday to you, my Queen Bee. Happy birthday to you. May God bless you now. May God bless you now. May God bless you now. May God bless you now.
Can you answer this rap?
I'm listening. May God enlarge your coast.
Oh, yeah.
May God enlarge your coast. Come on.
That's really cool, dude.
What's up, man? You're on point.
Yo, Kid Kapi. you know, I'll feature you.
You feature me. Okay.
You go to Willis Beat.
Willis Beat, King Kaf or King Kaka featuring King Kaf?
Yes.
Nice one. Listen, what's on your mind apart from the music, which we loved so much? What else do you want to say?
Well, mine is the full investment. This cancer has been a long time, and it's time you must fight it and fight it once and for all. Why should a full man shoot our security personnel, 2 soldiers and 1 policeman? You know, King Kaf, it's very, very hectic.
Yeah.
You know, the security under the watch of Akufo-Addo, it seems it's shaky. I'm not saying it's not good, but it's shaky. Because today this, today that. So I'll ask Excellency Akufo-Addo to set his toe down and find an alternative way. If we will get from a village, big, large village here in Ghana, so that we camp all of them there, we give them big parts of land and water so that they ready a cattle there. No problem with that. But being with us, with the people of Ghana and always shooting us, raping our children, killing our mothers, is very, very pathetic. So I would like to plead need and the security, they must find a way to prevent it so that it will be fine and peaceful preserving Ghana.
No, you are on point. Thank you very much. I mean, security is paramount. Sure. I mean, if you can't have people shooting military officers, raping people, allowing their cattle to just rampage over farms, it has to stop, you know.
And if they're shooting the people who are supposed to be keeping us safe,
then we have an issue. And somebody was asking, where are they getting the AK-47s from?
Yeah.
What are cattle people?
We've been asking this question, you know, from time memorial. We don't seem to, you know, be getting responses. I don't know what, you know, all of those bodies that are supposed to be ensuring that these things are out of the system. Do you remember some time ago, people were supposed to bring their, you know,
their arms. What happened to that? Let me take you to Kaswa, Central Region.
Okay.
Awuche is for you.
Awuche.
Mami, good morning.
Good morning, Awuche.
Happy birthday.
Okay. Oh, thank you so much. Before we continue, though, Awuche, could you kindly turn down the volume? I mean, turn it down all the way to 0.
Yes, sir.
MP no amoko ekot akino no akini say yema mrane nyijuma because Ghana mrane protect you bia na say MP mo etimi poteni nyama wo jesa no ya na ha di kasi be say Ghana police omu bomo dia so be na ta issues no omu di hu eduma ema Ghana for ena mi next issue me pacho bibiri me say obekai 2017 budget no abaiti ometi electricity so if you ever say, because I didn't buy a kind of winning up, I can say the Yamia to say electricity a bit issue. If you ever say buying some more than will be to our quiet. And now one more for one and tell you about Suka issues, by I never call spare butter. And no more buy it in the ever set up about this, Michia, my habit, Yami, and shall be prevented.
All right.
Do the translation for me, please.
Thank
what is
you.
he talking about?
Okay, so first of all, he's talking security. A member of parliament who's been attacked, and he thinks that the security or the police officials, you know, should at least try and keep everybody safe. And secondly, you know that the 2017 or the 2018 budget suggested that we're going to see some, you know, downward review and tariffs, and I'm talking electricity. We haven't seen that yet.
So he wants to see that?
He wants to see that. He's hoping it's not another 419 like we saw with the Abusoka spare parts issue.
That's a... okay, let's go back to Western Region. My father used to be a DCE there, you know, years ago in the 60s.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me go back to Western Region and speak with... good morning.
Good morning, Kafu.
Yes, sir. What's your name?
Well, Kafu, my name is RTU. I'm speaking from Serikase.
RTU?
Yeah.
Real Tamale United?
Yeah, exactly.
I love your name, man. What's on your mind?
Well, Kafu, let me use this opportunity to greet my honorable youth organizer at Serikase or Bia East Youth Organizer, NDC. Fantastic man. I think he's doing well everywhere he is. Kafi, let me speak our local language because Serikase here, a lot of people understood local language to English. Kafi, the American say, Nana Akufo-Addo, Yabreno, since Obaye, Nana Akufo-Addo, so about the taxes, so Oko Kumasi, or Kayayi, Kafi, or Kayayi, abolition of Kayayi tax. And you know, a year to run a neck of Nanado, or TV lances. And you know, what is the essence of abolition of Kayayi? Now, what's on DJJ TV lances? Kafi, won't say, what you see, and I say, well, we are Nanado, or the Uya Ghana Punina. Kafi, Meno Katai, Uber Efficacia, and I say, Uber Western Region Hagina, Kafi Meno Katai, Nepatlizer, Yetimin talk. Kafu mene ukasai ene ko gulem ko how the middle bad to one kafu ye obi anto kafu mene ukasai ene your friend say kotoko ba ko ene kafu o ba be kenyi kotoko ba ko ene kafu hanesi bon an kan first so na ntesa so ati anti we extra say kafu ene ma kenyi ene say Ghana ye dey kafu ene uto bibia ye nto utimi tu kwa pato boya dendende ene uko ba bia pato bo utimi furuka Lord fair more than coffee. Who to be here and talk. And I didn't crumple the scalpel system and no cocoa as we are what cocoa in United Kingdom. Coffee scale you on my yeah the better to a cocoa. Coffee again a cost of mine. Coffee where anything in a Ghana for a piano. Danado and then a school for and then be a school district here and I'm to a school for a common zero.
Yo, RTU, yeah, we've heard you. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. In the Western region, yeah, one of my favorite places. I started my working life there in Western region.
So your dad was a DC?
Yes, back in the 60s.
Oh, wow.
Before he met the...
Back in the 60s?
Yeah, late 60s.
How old were you at the time?
No, I was -4 or -5, man. I wasn't even born, man. Yeah, he was.
Okay, RTU was basically lamenting over what he calls the hardship that we're experiencing in Ghana today, and he tackled almost everything.
Everything, yeah.
So yeah.
Listen,
that's it.
We'd love to hear from you. What are your thoughts? If in case you didn't get through, or if you didn't get through, you can WhatsApp us 0246 020 580. I've got a couple of messages here I really want to read. Plenty of them. Hi. Erickson inside Laura writing, good morning to you guys all. Abba, please ask the MPP for me. Is it a sin to vote MPP to power? I've heard this government wanting to increase frontiers. I bow in shame every day for these times. Why should this government be treating the public purse like a frafra dog meat? What a synonym. I don't blame this substandard president and his substandard government. I have a problem with Ghanaians because we hate the truth from truthful people. So we are all now watching interesting times ahead. What I want to say is to tell the Special Development Minister to retire, as well as the Honorable Ken Oforiatta. That's your view. Happy birthday, Madam Beswa. May you live long to put smiles on our faces. Mauli from Ibra Dunkwa saying hello to you.
Thank you, Mauli.
Yes. Ni from Nkoko says, good morning. Please tell the government to be serious with their promises. Government, be serious with your promises. They paid student allowances twice since, and then they've not been able to pay again. Students are in limbo. Good morning. Can this government spare us the necessary portfolios and protect the public's purse as they trumpeted in 2016? Why 5 communicators when we have about 6 in the information and communication ministries? It is crystal clear that this is job for the boys. Happy birthday, Sister Beswa. Okay.
All right. Well, from Nkoko, Nee says that please tell the government to be serious with their promises. They pay student allowances twice. Since then, they have not been able to pay. Students are in a limbo. Okay. So I'm sure government is listening. Happy birthday, Madam Beswa. Okay. Thank you very much. This is coming from what? Mauli from Abra Dunka. Okay, I think you said that already.
Okay.
You read that. Okay. And this one is Erickson inside Laura. Says, good morning. Please ask the NPP. Okay, so I guess all of that has been read. But one final one, though. This one is actually asking for the what? Special Development Minister and the Finance Minister to retire.
To resign. Yeah. Okay. Opoku Bernard from Atmore, Alabama. We have Alabama in Ghana too.
What don't we have here?
Government is doing well, but they should please enforce the laws on the recruitment exercise. How they're disqualifying people like that is not right. They said no affidavit. So how do you want us to get a job? Because we don't know what went wrong for the affidavit to be sworn in. Okay. I think GBC is trying to rob Ghanaians by deducting TV license from source. They have a plan to deduct TV license at source from public worker salaries, because not all Ghanaians working have televisions in their homes. Good point. Edward Emisa from Bremen Brakwa says, good morning. On the issue of ladies with stretch marks not being allowed into immigration service, what I know is that a small cut on them will result in excessive loss of blood. We may have to deal with stretch marks on Healthy You this week, you know, and talk about healthy.
On point.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think?
I mean, definitely on point, but I don't know exactly what causes stretch marks.
Okay.
And indeed, usually, you know, it's said that women or people who bleach tend to have a lot of stretch marks. I don't know exactly where that link is, but for me, using that as a reason to disqualify people for going into, you know, the immigration service,
it's not on.
I think it's not on. I think it's very discriminatory.
Besides, men get stretch marks too.
Of course.
Yes.
I know men with stretch marks.
Oh, yes.
So, yes, these are issues that I think we should be looking at.
Listen, there's another one. I asked for, thank you so much, Bishop. I asked for the meaning of Onise Iyamu, the first song that we had on the show. It's a Yoruba word meaning miracle worker. And this is from Bishop Peter Kayode, Awakeners International Church, Ablekumakra. Bishop, thank you very much. Stephen from Amuman Immigration Services, not selecting people who bleach their body is welcome news, but people with stretch marks is problematic. Happy birthday, Queen B. And he's even calling you B Queen, which is not ever bad. It's not bad.
It's
I like
not bad,
it. I like it. B Queen. Because you have Queen B, all right. We can call you B Queen.
B Queen.
B Queen. And it's even an order. Be a queen.
Be a queen.
Be queen.
Well, I'm queen.
Hey, be queen. Be queen.
Thank you. Look, the love that you guys are showing me is just too much.
I wish my birthday were today.
Too much.
Happy birthday, Be Queen. In fact, I really love your dress. Keep it up. From Lord Gate Kumasi.
Thank you, Lord. Chic by Siba.
Drop it
inside
for
East Legon.
Drop it like it's hot.
I know,
Drop
right?
it like it's hot. Listen.
Tanko
Abubakar says, good morning. Nanado is unaware because Minister Sakaraba, he's not aware. Things are happening and he's not aware. Oh. Good morning and happy birthday, Auntie Beso. I've had Sister Beso, I've had Auntie Beso, I've had Madame. Oh, Charlie, you get fans.
Be Queen.
Be Queen also. May the dew of heaven bring you a refreshing. May God take you to a higher point.
Amen.
Happy birthday. And there's 5 hearts figures here and 100%. Oh, don't cry on me, don't cry on me. Please, in my view, don't give the lesbians and gays audience on your platform for whatever they're saying. I've never seen 2 male dogs crossing each other in my house. It's a way of pushing the media house to get audience. Thanks, says Isaac from Techi, man. The problem is that I've been working for so long now, and see, the funny thing is that they pay the nurses and they forgot about we, the other staffs. I'll be happy if you can take this up. And now we have from Dan in Sekondi, where I used to live long ago. This WAMCO thing is very embarrassing. President planned to reopen the company, but now what's happening? MPP, wake up and move Ghana forward. Keep them coming. 0240 0246 020 580.
What did you pick up from Sekondi, like 30? It's interesting. All you know is
I the language.
Yeah, I'm talking more language.
Listen, Stephen from Kumasi, please, I think the Fulani issue should be taken seriously. In northern Nigeria, it is almost turned into a tribal war. The Pope had to send a mediator in the person of our own Cardinal Texan to help rectify the situation. Please, government should take it seriously. Happy birthday, Besuwa.
Thank you, love.
Yes. Okay, so those are your messages.
Yeah, Prince Derek KJ. You remember Prince Derek KJ?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, so Prince Derek KJ, good morning if you're listening, Prince. He says that, well, he's actually asking a question. Did the GBC boss misrepresent himself to the Chief Justice, or was the Chief Justice overzealous to do the bidding of the president in their desperate revenue mobilization efforts? That's a question that Prince Derek KJ, you ask. And then you conclude by asking again, how is a special court set up? Hashtag arbitrary government. Well, thank you for that message, and there are a lot more messages that we're going to be sharing with you as we go on. We have a hard talk conversation where we're looking at that ban on alcoholic beverages.
Advertising.
Advertising,
between 6 a.m. and 8 p.m. If you hear any ad or see, report to FDA. And we'll be getting more on that pretty soon.
But the media houses have issues. So these are some of the conversations that we're going to be probably looking at in this next hour. Be sure to be a part of it. We're back with more. Don't go away.
Bronya, Freddy's Corner, Yasa baby, Bronya, obvious Freddy's Corner, Edientia, Chenyoma, I mean free instant gift. Nyawia, so be where Freddy's Corner shop, Bia Wagana, baby. What shall do Freddy's Corner Bronya where? Who be Yache to say, wine, mackerel, biscuits, and in your mouth would be brave.
Wow, Freddy's Corner, thank you. Freddy's Corner, me that say.
Nyawia, so be where Freddy's Corner shop, Bia Wagana, baby. Not do mobile phone, with laptop, or printer, and also PlayStation. Not do instant gift. Wow, to Mikako Freddy's Corner. Not what you watch it. Freddy's Corner, your home of authentic mobile phone and accessories.
Head office, Kokomlimli, any city light, ne DNM Fre 020-7937-323.
Jame, therefore, ma yawo hui brings you. Na fe mu so mo kwan.
Say the therefore say no. Wada wo ma, manento nana say, insu asem de mo ha na okra ye ba no, ye de insu ba.
Ah! Adai. Se waba efie a wasa yanyama mu nsuo nom no wo so di nsuo bai ene sai
na eti amra
odefo
yesre wo ensuo we eye ahemfo nsuo a yɛde afa mfidie mu asɔne so aye ne kroji a Free Kingdom Beverages Limited King's Drinking Water.
Bye man. Ensuo na de.
Edampa.
King's Drinking Water. Anya na King's Drinking Water.
Ahifusio de.
There is a certain satisfaction that comes from hearing the real story from the horse's own mouth when a story breaks or is developing.
There are many enterprises of life that the Nana Addo government will fail.
This business about fighting corruption, we should move it away from the corridors of parliament and confront the greater matter outside there.
State of Affairs will be bringing you exactly that. We'll go eye to eye, face to face and head to head with the newsmakers at the heart of a story that is breaking or developing to unravel the intricate and minute details of the issues.
State of Affairs, now showing this and every Tuesday and Thursday at 8:30 p.m. State of Affairs is proudly sponsored by Verna Natural Mineral Water.
If I could walk to the stars, I would bring them all to
A story about love and betrayal. A man vows to avenge his brother after his gruesome murder.
Why are you saying that? My brother killed himself because of a woman.
Who is this woman? What's the name of the so-called pretty one? His revenge will hurt an innocent woman, a woman he hates and also loves desperately.
Roberta. What's happening here? Why are you kissing the man I'm seeing?
A woman kidnapped at birth by his mother's rival and left to survive amidst anger, hatred, and resentment.
Huh? No, Mom, please, no!
So that you think very carefully about what you'd be doing, you brat, huh? You should know by now that my priority in this house is your sister!
I feel I don't deserve happiness. And I do feel very guilty because I don't have my daughter with me.
When love comes her way, does this love stay? Or does it betray her?
I don't want you to be the woman that I will have to hate for having betrayed by my brother and was responsible for his death.
GH1 TV presents an amazing love story, Timeless Love.
Timeless Love, showing every Monday to Friday at 7:30 p.m.
For the pretty one.
Timeless Love is proudly brought to you by Indomie Instant Noodles, Gino, My Dear Rice, Amalina Children's Haven, Uber Spaghetti, Fratto, and
Magical Ace Magic.
$7:38. This is GH Today on GH1 TV. My name is Kafui Day. In the next couple of minutes, there will be a conversation on the FDA's ban on alcoholic beverage advertising between the times of 6 a.m. and 8 p.m. They've got hotlines around. You can report any media house or any manufacturer who dares to put an advert on at that time. Giba is not too excited about this, or are they? We'll find out in a couple of minutes with Beswa. But for now, we're looking at the breakfast review. My guests are CEO of the National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Plan, Mr. John Kuma, and Mr. Richard Koshigan, who is the Member of Parliament for the hardworking people of Keta in the Volta region. Gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to you. Happy New Year.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, it's been a while. This whole year we haven't met.
Yeah, we haven't met.
Yes, so good to see both of you.
This whole year is only 1 week.
Yes, but still, if the year were to end now, we still wouldn't have met if we hadn't met today. Listen, let's talk quickly about a couple of hot issues. I want to start first of all with you, the Honourable Member of Parliament. So you have a big bone to pick with the Ghana Immigration Service, and you are even advocating for legal action to be taken by rejected applicants. So the background to this story is that over 84,000 people have applied for essentially just 500 jobs, and immigration has charged them 50 cedis per application. That's a lot of money going into the coffers of Ghana Immigration. There's been a big outcry about what has happened, and you are asking people to take it to the next level. Is this a reasonable request? Not everybody who doesn't get admission into an organization should go and sue. It's not reasonable, is it?
Yeah, Kavi, I'm sure that the 50 Ghana cedis paid by the over 84,000 young men and women of our country works to about 4.2 million Ghana cedis. Can you imagine what an investment capital that could be? And I'm sure that even if that were to be put in some bank at an interest rate of, let's say, 15–17%, these young men should be in good business. Young men and women should be in some good business after some months or even a year. And so losing it out completely, obviously, should be something to talk about, especially when the same organization 2 years ago advertised for young men and women of our country, you know, to be recruited, and at that time they paid 100 Ghana cedis, and then they put the whole process on hold. They never got back to those who paid 100 Ghana cedis. They only started the new advert completely, and then they now took 50 Ghana cedis from these young men and women who are so frustrated, so desperate, who have become very gullible, looking for employment. What is their crime? Must a situation of unemployment become an avenue of extortion for a state institution like Immigration Service? Not just Immigration Service. We're talking about the Ghana military. We're talking about the police service. We're talking about fire service. We're talking about prison service. You know, and I think that this is a matter that we need as a country to reflect on and take some hard decisions to stop it. After all, in the past, some few years ago, these security agencies, you know, were recruiting without taking any money from these young people or those who apply to join these services. So right now, in 2013, we started with 20 Ghana cedis, and it shot up to some levels, then to 100. And then when people complained, we came back to 50. I mean, it's just unfair. Can you imagine the colossal amount of monies that have been collected over the period? And again, you see, this is security agencies all fall under one sector ministry. They have an annual budget. These budgets are brought to Parliament for approval. When you take immigration, for instance, it falls under the Ministry of Interior. Okay, and they obviously have a budget, and under that budget, they have a budget line called Goods and Services, under which they have a column, you know, for a financial column for recruiting new people, young people. These people that we are recruiting, we are not really doing them a service. We want them to render an awesome service to the nation, because they are supposed to guard, secure our borders against some illegalities and all.
So you don't buy the argument that the cost of the forms will actually go a long way to defray this whole recruitment exercise, cost of recruiting these people?
I mean, for me, it doesn't wash. It doesn't wash because they were given annual budgets, and in developing their budgets, they have captured the things that they'll be doing within the period, you know, for which monies have been earmarked. So why now take monies from young people, you know, with the pretext that these monies have been collected, are used, as it were, to ensure their welfare, etc. 500 out of 84,626 young men and women who applied. You know, and apart from that, some of the criteria that was used to disqualify.
The stretch marks?
Stretch marks.
The bleaching?
Bleaching, tattoo, etc. Now, when you go out there in the other countries, are these criteria that are used to dreadlocks? I mean, how would this affect the job that they're supposed to do? If somebody has a tattoo, how is that going to affect? I'm not saying, I don't encourage those things anyway, because I don't do them. But how would that affect the function you expect him to come and perform as an immigration officer? Is it not about the intellect, his capacity to be able to ensure that illegalities do not occur along our borders or the points that we will be stationed and all that?
So you have a lot of issues against
there are lots of issues. I mean,
let me bring in Mr. Kuma. So previously I've heard Mr. Sammy Awuku, who's an MPP executive, warning about the actions of some agencies and institutions that may bring problems to the MPP administration. I've also heard Kojo Oppong Nkrumah, Deputy Minister for Information, also cautioning executives to be careful about the decisions they take, because it can have adverse effects or impact on the government. When you hear a story like the Ghana Immigration Service doing a thing like this, are you also worried that some of these actions, along with TV license and DVLA, they all come together to paint a bad picture of the current administration?
Well, let me say good morning to viewers, and let me say that it's a worrying situation, looking at the fact that many people are unemployed. Already they have problem financially, and if you have to take money from them only for them to be told that they don't qualify, then of course it will be adding up to their frustration as unemployed young people. But the fact remains that, first of all, this is not a new phenomena, and it, like Honorable was saying previously, they even took 100 cedis from applicants and didn't end anywhere, and now they are taking 50 cedis from them. I think as a nation, we have to review some of these agencies and how they operate in terms of inviting applications. It's not only about the immigration service, all the service, soldier, military, police service. Sometimes they are recruiting just about 1,000 or 2,000, and they will sell about 100,000 forms. And what happens to the excessive application? And I mean, if they are talking about cost of printing, now there's internet, and in most cases they will just ask you, go online and apply. So where is the cost of printing? Why are they justifying the 50 cedis with maybe application forms? Because in any case, you are not going to print out to submit. You only print out after you have filled for your own copy to keep. So I don't see where the cost is. And it's internet based, it will be online. And they are even communicated through the same online processes, which you don't have to print or pay for any printing. So I think seriously we need to review some of these things and reduce, even if there's a need for them to pay anything. I don't think it should go beyond 20 cedis. Or it should be free, like Honorable is saying, maybe they've been allocated budget for the year. But of course we know that sometimes you may be given a budgetary allocation that may not come on time for you to execute a ministry or agency what you're supposed to do within the year. So if there's an agency to even collect something, it should not exceed 20 cedis, or it shouldn't be unreasonable, you know. And also the numbers, how do we also put a limit on the applicants? Because if you are going to take only 500 people, why do we allow 84,000 to apply? And each of them paying 50 Ghana cedis. You see, it shifts the focus from recruitment to IGF, an internally generated fund. Let's raise money. But I think the objective should not be about fundraising. The objective should be how to fill the vacancies that we need. And if there's going to be an excess funds coming in because of the process, how do we reinvest those funds to the benefit of those who didn't get?
Do you expect the Minister of Interior to be summoned by Parliament to come and explain why this is happening? Because Ghana immigration falls under that ministry.
Yeah, I'll be happy if Parliament takes action, because seriously, as a nation, we have to address some of these problems. And the youth are always suffering. I mean, they don't have jobs, and then you find another way to deny them the little monies that they have in their pockets. We should think about these processes and review them. And if Parliament will lead it, I'll be very happy about it.
Mr. Kwasiga, is that something that's on the cards? Is the minority going to make a statement on it?
Absolutely. I'm already considering filing an urgent question when we should resume on the 23rd of this month. So it's a matter that we definitely will raise on the floor of the House. And because I think that we must not create or add to a rather frustrating situation for these young people. So it's necessary that some actions be taken. And what is for me refreshing is that these are matters that are not being looked at with partisan lens. But then we are all talking about the same thing. My good friend John is on the same wavelength, just like Samia Ukwu and the rest. I mean, this is about Ghana, and we must not be looking for ways of reaping young people who are already frustrated. You know.
Listen, gentlemen, I want us to deal with the second topic, which is quite a serious one. This involved an attack on some military personnel by these herdsmen. The Fulani menace has gone to a different level now. So, depending on the reports that you read, either 4 or 5 of them were shot in the back by these people, obviously armed to the teeth. What does this say about how we are handling internal security issues, John?
Well, this is one matter that as a nation, I think we are failing. This Fulani menace, I don't know what is making it so difficult for us as a country to handle. And it didn't start today. I mean, today maybe people are talking and getting angry because it's affecting security personnel. But the ordinary citizens in those areas have suffered death, rape, murder, attacks in all forms, including destruction of their farms and property. And they have been lamenting. There have been series of demonstrations and expression of anger. And as we speak today, I think we haven't done much to address that problem. I know governments upon governments have made efforts, but I think this is about time that, just like we're able to confront Galamsey and handle it the way it ought to be done, I think we should carry the same level of attention and seriousness to this Fulani herdsmen menace in this country. It's getting out of control, and I think that our security personnel and the Ministry of Interior and Defense ought to come together to address this issue once and for all. We can do it if we want to, because we know where these people are. I mean, even Boko Haram is being handled. How much more herdsmen, Fulani? Few, you can count them. They are not even up to about a quarter of a village. How many are there? There are just a few people creating havoc for a whole community.
So we need to step in and deal with the situation.
And we have to step in decisively. I think it's about time we dealt with this matter.
Mr. Kwasiga, is it not true, though, that there's like a web of interlocking interests, traditional authorities, politicians, business people, all linked up together? So you may even know some of the people and their interests which will be trampled on, and this is why this situation has not been dealt with holistically.
Absolutely. I think that, you see, I have a problem when we lump the whole group Fulani and then we give them such a bad name. Some of the activities are criminal activities, largely. So therefore, it is for us to deal with that aspect of it, not the Fulanis. Because see, if you say Fulani, you have some Fulani gentleman who is a businessman doing genuine business, who is even a member of parliament, who is even a broadcaster, and etc. You know, we tend to stigmatize a whole group of people. We know they are borderless group of people. They are scattered all over in our African region and all. And so we must tackle this matter with some sensitivity. I believe strongly that dialogue should be one of the means of engagement. We know the leadership of these people. Let's speak to them. They know some of their people who are the headsmen, etc. They can even give us valuable information as to whose cattle is being handled by this group of people here and there. And then we can be making some good progress. But if you want to use brute force, when you use brute force, you send negative signals to neighboring countries. Now look, if let's say there are majority of Fulanis in Burkina Faso, and then they hear that this is what is happening in Ghana, you know, it will appear as some xenophobic
attack on their nation.
On them. So we need to be very careful the way we deal with these matters. I think that we government upon government have not been innovative about how to deal with this menace. We agree that those of them in some of the communities create havoc. They destroy. They allow the cattle to destroy farmlands and etc. Some become confrontational. Some are pure criminals. You know, like those that shot at the military men. These are criminals, and we need to fish out for these people, you know, and deal with them. But you see, when you lump the entire group Fulani, the genuine ones who can give you information will not give you the information.
Okay, so we need to be quite scientific and very clear about how the limits of this conversation is. That's all time will allow us. Thank you very much, gentlemen. I know tomorrow the president should be meeting the press as we assess his 1 year in office. And then on Thursday, there's likely to be the coverage of the Cash for Seats probe, public telecasting of it. So,
but tomorrow we in the minority would also be holding a press conference.
Okay, an alternative assessment of the government?
Not necessarily. That may be part of it. Okay, but we'll look at the Shraj report.
Okay, on the bond issue.
Yeah.
Okay, all right,
and some other issues.
Okay, thank you very much, John Kumah. Thanks, it's been good to have you here. John Kumah is the CEO of the National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Plan, and Mr. Richard Kwasiga is the Member of Parliament for the people of Keta in the Volta region. Up next is a conversation on booze and adverts. Okay, so the FDA is saying, listen, between 6 a.m. and 8 p.m. don't run your adverts on television and on radio. If you run it, there's a risk of a 15-year jail sentence, a 90,000 CD fine. How does that sit with the Ghana Independent Broadcasters Association? We'll get that conversation in the next couple of minutes. Stay with us.
To my faithful girls, humble, willing, and able girls, dedicated to my stable girls.
It's a one-mic jam.